Hello everybody, welcome to another Weather Wednesday. My name's Elias and I'm here in the Science on a Sphere to talk to you guys today about seasons. Recently we have bumped forward our clocks, which has kind of given us the appearance that summer is finally coming. We kind of see this extended daylight in the evening, and it kind of makes us start to see that the seasons are changing. So the question is, what causes the seasons to change? Why do we experience winter, spring, summer, fall? Why do we experience all these different seasons? And to do that, I'm going to use Science on a Sphere here behind me. And this is one of the main data sets we like to bring up. This is called the Blue Marble. And you can see that when we first bring it up, it's not exactly straight up and down. In fact, it's a little bit tilted. And that is the primary reason why the Earth goes through seasons. The Earth is tilted on its axis about 23.5 degrees, and that causes the direct rays of the sun to change where they hit on the Earth. Here we have summer in the southern hemisphere. On the bottom of this picture, you see December 21. That is about when the sun reaches the most southern part of the Earth, where the direct rays are right over what we call the Tropic of Capricorn there. Whereas in June, so in our summer, we see that the Earth is tilted towards the northern hemisphere, is experiencing the most direct rays of the sun. And we can see that the most direct rays hit the area called the Tropic of Cancer. Now, when we experience the spring and fall equinox, that is when the direct rays of the sun are pretty much directly over the equator. And we can see that especially on one of my favorite images, Earth in True Color, or these are the GOES 16 and 17 satellites. And I've pointed out before that this is the most advanced weather satellites that we have. And one of the interesting byproducts that we have here is we see this little bright spot right here over the ocean. In fact, we see two bright spots as they move across. And those bright spots are reflections. That is the reflection from the ocean coming back into the satellite. So we see those reflections right there. And this follows a direct line because we're so close to the spring equinox. That follows pretty much right about where the equator is. And so as that travels across the ocean, we can see that's about where the equator is on our Earth. And these bright spots will continue to creep north as the days progress, all the way up to the Tropic of Cancer, which goes around the Earth. Now you can see that on a globe. A lot of times you'll find a globe, and that globe is tilted. It's not straight up and down. It's trying to indicate that the Earth is tilted on its axis relative to the path around the sun. And so every globe should have about a 23.5 degree tilt. And when the sun, let's pretend that you guys are the sun, when you shine your direct rays on the northern hemisphere, us, is experiencing summer. But did you know that right now in the southern hemisphere, so when the Earth orbits around the sun and then comes back around, as the Earth is orbiting around the sun, when the southern hemisphere gets the direct rays of the sun, they experience summer. So right now, places like Australia, Southern Africa, and South America, they are just getting through their summer. So they imagine your hottest temperatures in December. That's what the southern hemisphere experiences, and their coldest temperatures are in June, July, and August. Now, this raises a question, since we're the Space Foundation and we like to study space. It raises a question, do other planets experience seasons? So to answer this, you have to remember that the Earth experiences seasons because it is tilted on its axis. So the real question is, are the other planets tilted on their axis? And the answer is several of them are tilted on their axis. This is a wonderful image showing all the planets and their tilts. Here is the Earth at 23 degrees, and Mars. Mars has a tilt very similar to the Earth, so we expect Mars to have seasons. Another planet, Jupiter, does not have seasons because it's pretty much straight up and down. You also see Mercury. Mercury is also pretty much straight up and down, as is Venus, but Venus rotates in the opposite direction. It's called a retrograde rotation. And in Venus, one way of demonstrating that backwards rotation is you can say that it's almost completely opposite of straight up and down, which is 180 degrees. Or you could just say that rotates backwards. Saturn, Neptune, they both are tilted, very similar to the Earth and Mars. So they experience seasons. Uranus is just an oddball. Uranus is tilted on its side. He rotates on its side, so it goes through an entirely different experience, as does Pluto. Pluto is tilted at 120 degrees, or more similar to Uranus than anything. So a very interesting graphic showing you all the tilts of the planets. And again, the tilt of the planet dictates whether it experiences seasons or not. If a planet undergoes seasons, that means its weather changes throughout its year, right? Now, Earth's year is 365 days. That's how long it takes it to go around the sun. It takes Saturn something like 76 years or something. It takes Saturn a long time to go around the sun. And as it goes around the sun, its seasons slowly change. Mars is much more similar to the Earth in both axial tilt, rotation, as also orbit around the sun. So Mars goes through seasons much more similar to the Earth. So wherever you're at, we hope that you guys enjoy this season as it's changing into more of a summertime. We hope that you guys enjoy the weather that's going on. Stay tuned for our future Weather Wednesdays as we take a look at weather events going on around the world. We also look forward to hearing from you with any questions that you guys have about weather events going on. And until next time, thank you for joining me on our Weather Wednesday.